Well, this piano concerto has been like one of my favorite pieces, of course. I mean, it is one of the great piano concertos. It has just everything. And I've had such a respect for the piece my whole life, and I didn't study it until this last year. I guess I just thought a couple of years ago, okay, will I never learn this piano concerto? Will it never be in my repertoire? And now is the time. I was looking at it again, and I found some solutions and things I always were worried about, technically, musically, and I thought now's the time. I took the summer off only to study this piece, and I'm so happy to play it now. This music speaks to me in so many different ways. It also speaks to me intellectually. I mean, there are things that are so new and radical, and there are very classical things as well. You know, I think the second movement is a very classical, grounded scherzo in a way. You know, very much from Beethoven tradition. You know? It's a dance, heavy in orchestration. One thing which is curious about this concerto is the last movement is more of a scherzo in a way. It's lighter than the second movement. Normally you would have it vice versa, and you would have a last movement which was more pompous, more bombastic towards the end maybe. It's interesting how this piece is lighter and very joyous in the last movement. It's also for me very much a physical enjoyment to play this concerto. It's a very challenging piano writing from Brahms. You know, Rachmaninoff would say that this is not piano music. This is not well written for the piano. It is not as fluid as a concerto by Rachmaninoff, but it was clearly written for Brahms's technique, for his hands. And he makes wonderful symphonic sounds from the piano very often. But it's certainly more vertical than a Rachmaninoff piece or a Chopin piece. And you have great chordal writing, you know. There's a lot of that, and sometimes that can feel a little vertical on the piano, and that's one of the challenges, to find fingerings, to find movements that make it fluid and make you enjoy the physical aspect of it. Because I honestly have often found when I've listened to performances of this piece that the pianist is fighting the instrument, you know, to get sound, to compete with the orchestra, and I don't like that feeling, because it's not a fighting piece. It should be a very enjoyable piece. The first piano concerto is very dramatic, and he wrote that when he was very young, and it's a great piece, but it's not so perfect from orchestration. In this piece he has just learned so much, and you feel what he does with every chord, how the instruments blend together. It's just so beautiful. I mean, to be in the middle of that and listen to that while I play myself is just the most joyful thing I've done with an orchestra, I think, because it is so beautiful.